Hey there, in today's video I want to do the lazy girl method using these extra long full cover tips. They're almond shaped and I already have them sized out right here. They might not be in the center of the camera, but they are right in front of me. Okay, so I am going to be working nail by nail and I am going to be using acrylic that I have custom made. I'm going to start with this red one and I will link the video up in the cards where I actually made this acrylic. I'm not gonna put the nails on my nails for now. I'm just gonna prep them and put the acrylic on my nails as I go. I'm gonna be using different colors for each nail. So for my thumb, just to jump straight to it, I'm gonna go on with this red acrylic, which I did create a while ago. And that's the thing about doing or creating custom acrylic. You don't really use it much, and that sucks sometimes because you create an acrylic to use it for that one time and then it just sits there and gathers dust. So I thought, let me just use some of the custom acrylic that I've created and then also create more custom acrylics in the process, which I don't know if it's a good idea or not, but I'm gonna do it anyway because I love it. Okay, so I'm gonna ombre this down, and then one thing about me when I use the Femi Beauty method, I do like to use clear acrylic to cap everything because there's something about color acrylic that makes your tips curl. I kind of feel like this looks much better than what it would like that, but I also like using the Femi Beauty method because with the Femi Beauty method you do see the glitters much better than you would if you wow. Am I clumsy or what? Because what was that? Just wait this. But like I was saying before I dropped that in there, let's just move this out of the way. The one thing is I feel like when I encapsulate, my encapsulation isn't as clean as what it would look like when you use the Femi Beauty method, and that's why I feel like that's the only time I feel like it's okay to cheat, you know, just do your nails like that. Oh, wow, on camera there's acrylic here. In person I see nothing, and on my nail I actually see nothing. In person it looks like nothing is there, but on camera you can see all of that dust. But anyway, so that's the first nail down. I'm gonna go on to the second nail, and that would be the green nail. I want my next nail to be a green nail. I do have acrylic here. I think this is one of the acrylic that I custom made, but then when I did in fact, let me get my paper towel to swatch this. You know what, maybe I don't need paper towels to swatch that. Like, this is why we have this background right there. So this is a clearish green, and I remember making this and I did a video, but I ended up not even posting it, and that's okay. So we've got two types of glitters there. I'm just gonna add some more stuff into the nail just so we can have more glitter into the nail, you know, because I don't feel like it matches well with what the red nail has. So just to find my cuticle pusher so I can use it as a tool to add some more acrylic right there, and I think that's the only green. I mean, we do have that, but isn't it like the same shade? It looks like it's the same shade, so I'm not gonna, no, maybe just a little bit, just to, you know, make sure that I don't feel like I left something out, but it does look like the same shade. And then let's see what else we have. We have stars right here, so I'm gonna go on with the little green stars, not too much. We don't want to crowd the acrylic, but even if we do, then that's fine, right? Because why not? What else do we have? We have this right here. I think we already have that from the swatch. I think we already have this green, so I'm not gonna add that. And we also have this green from that, so I'm not gonna add that. I mean, there's another green here, so how are these different? Let me just check. Let me just make sure, because we've got this and I pushed this inside. My bad. Are they the same color, or if I can just get it out? Oh, they don't look the same. Okay, because I don't know which is which, it looks like this one is, it looks like this is that one, but because I don't know which is which, I'm just gonna add just a little bit of both, just because. And because I do believe that this one may be the one that's already in the acrylic, I'm just gonna add a little bit of that, just a little bit. This one looks more Christmassy actually, now that I think about it. I'm gonna go with this light green, just add a little bit of the glitter right there. We're not trying to flood it, right? And then we're gonna add, well, these are stars. Oh, that's cute. I think, I don't know if this jar is big enough for all the glitters that I'm putting in, because then it definitely means I'm gonna have to add more acrylic to the little jar. Oh, this green is actually quite nice, and I think I'm done with adding any glitter. I mean, I think these are more blue than green, These are from Pretty Nails Uncut. Remember the gifts that she gave me? Okay, maybe these ones. These ones look more neon yellow. But they do give a little bit of green. So I'm just gonna add a little bit of that. Just a little bit, I think. Okay, maybe a little more. Okay, I think I'm done. I'm done before I do too much. Oh no, I don't think I'm done. I've got this. Ooh, I've got this. I don't even think I've ever used this since I bought it. Have I? Oof, this looks nice. Okay, I think I'm done now. For real. Let me just get clear acrylic. Right, and then I'm gonna use some of this clear from Lily Angel. Just add a little bit in there. And I'm gonna mix it up and let's see how that will look. Okay, maybe using a white paper towel to swatch this is a good idea. Oh, I see some pigment mix. Like I see more green here, and then maybe I need to shake that up a little more, because why is that separated? Okay, I think that's much better, although I do feel like the acrylic is packed by glitter, and maybe that's exactly what I want. Oof, and it is exactly what I want. Look at that. That is so nice. I like the subtle green in the background. It's giving very much the subtle red in the background for the snail, so that's exactly what I'm going for. So that's what I'm gonna do. I'm just gonna prep the nail once again. Oof, I just move this before I drop the nail or monomer into the acrylic jar. I don't know if I'm gonna need to encapsulate the glitter at the back of the nail, because I do have clear in the acrylics, and usually I just put on the clear so that the nail does not curve because of the color acrylic. So I hope it holds up really well in this regard. Oof, I love that. I really love that. Part of me just feels like maybe the monomer is melting the tip, and that's why it just looks kind of cloudy. Because why does it look like that compared to this side? This side looks like more nicer. But anyway, let me not think too much about that. Oops. Right, and then the next nail is another nail that I'm gonna have to mix acrylic for. So I'm gonna pull up this handy dandy paper towel, and I have here acrylic. I'm thinking this is supposed to be a milky white. Let me just swatch this on the black background instead. Let's see. It looks milky enough. I also have this. I did use mica powder for this acrylic. One of the, ooh, it's shimmery. This is also one of the acrylics that I did on one of the videos that I did not end up posting. This one is more shimmery than this. I don't even think you can see that on camera. Let me just swatch it a bit up. This one is a bit more shimmery, and I love this one. And I think I want to use this one instead. I can keep the other. Oof, maybe I should mix these two. Let me find a separate jar to mix these two, because there's a lot of this glitter. This acrylic. Alright, so I'm going to be using this container that was once filled with builder gel, and I'm going to add just a little bit of this and a little bit of that. Maybe I should mix it first and see how it looks on its own before I add glitter. Alright, let me just swatch that. Now that is mixed. Looks quite nice to me. So let's go back to these nice, whatever you call this, and add some of that. I think I'm gonna add these ones that reflect a little bit blue, because they're giving very much, it could be white, they're just reflecting blue, you know. Maybe let me just add the whole thing. There we go. And then look at these. I think I want to go for these four, because they're more like, they could be white and they're just reflecting a little bit pink. So I'm just gonna go for those. Gosh, this is so satisfying, honestly. And as much as it's satisfying, sometimes mixing glitter can go really wrong. Reminds me of the last time I mixed glitter, acrylic, customizing your own acrylic. I customized the black acrylic. Oh, I did not love that acrylic. If you haven't watched that video, I will link it up in the cards, because wow, I did not like that one. Okay, so I'm done with this one. Got these nice, they look pink, blue and yellow under the camera, but they are actually white, and then they reflect this blue, green, and blue, pink and yellow. But right under the camera with the light, they don't look like they're just reflections. They look like this is actually their color. Let's just remove that. But I'm okay with adding that, so that's exactly what I'm gonna do. Got these from Shein. I think I should just add these there. And then back to the handy dandy big one. Every time I mix or do custom glitter acrylic, I always use these small glitters. So crazy, when I got them I thought these are too small, but they've lasted me years. Okay, years. These ones are the clear ones. I think they just Be good for this. Okay, I think we had these from the other container, but I'm gonna add them anyway just because we're almost out of that. And then this white glitter. I hope that is not too much glitter. And I think I'm done with the white for now. Now let me just shake it up and swatch this. Ooh, that looks very satisfying actually. Let me swatch that. Oh, okay, honey. Okay, looks like we have a lot of the big hearts compared to anything else. Let me just add more acrylic and then I think I'll just go on and do my nails thereafter. I don't know if that is too much, but you know, that's okay. Oof, the background looks a little chaotic, but that's okay. I'm gonna go ahead and add that there. I didn't prep the nail. Oh well. I feel like there's more of those hearts than anything else, honestly. Maybe it's because the other ones are transparent and I can't see them, but oh well. It's okay. It's cute. I think the tip needs some love too. Okay, I think that is fine. Alright, and then for the next nail, I will be using this pink custom acrylic that I made on one of my previous videos, which I am going to link up in the cards if you're interested to see that video. In fact, I did do the lazy go method with this acrylic too. Ooh, this one is actually, this might be my favorite. I love this one. It is so cute. Oh my word. What? I think this one, out of all the acrylics that I am using today, is my favorite, to be honest. Yeah, there's no doubt about that. Excuse the state of my natural nails, okay? They draw right now, but that's not the point. Oh, this is cute. I love that. Alright, and then on to the last nail. Alright, and with the last nail, I have these two acrylics. They're both purple. I think this one I created the same time I did the green one, and I did not end up using it on a video. Maybe this one needs a white paper towel. Yeah, and in this one, I think I created when I did the fruit nails, and this was the grape nail. Yeah, I think that is that. So I might as well just mix these two together. Let me find a bigger jar. Okay, I'm gonna be using this bigger jar. I did have a custom maroon acrylic in there, and I just can't get to clean that off. I really hate it when acrylic is like at the bottom of the jar and then you touch the sides of the jar with your acrylic brush with monomer. That's what's gonna happen. It's gonna melt it. So before I even mix that up, I'm gonna go ahead and just mix or add glitter and stuff. I'm gonna add some of this, which I've been adding on every glitter so far. And then for the stars, I'm gonna add both. This one just looks pink, but this also looks pink. So I'm just gonna add a little bit of this and that. Just a little bit of this one and a lot of this one. Right, done with that one. And then I have an entire container of purple. And I don't know how to do this. Maybe I should just like take one scoop of everything, because then this is gonna be a very crowded acrylic if I don't do that. Maybe not just one, just enough to satisfy my heart. Let's just say that, because there's a lot of these. And this is very similar to the other container that had the pink and white stuff. And I don't even remember myself using these at all. Actually, this might be my first time using these. I don't know. But I got these from Shein if you're interested. This is very satisfying. Oh, these are clovers. This is so cute. Nice. I love these. Oh, is this mold? Okay. These little foils or what? I'm gonna add it anyway. Ooh, and these are cute. These are very cute. They better bring to the acrylic what I hope they are supposed to, okay? And you'd think after everything I'm done, but I'm not. I'm gonna add more glitter. I've got a lot of purple glitter. Can you tell that I love purple? And these ones are from Pretty Nails Uncut. They do have a little bit of silver in there, which I'm not sure if I want, but I'm gonna add anyway, because why not? Why not? Right? Why not? And of course, I'm gonna bring back the handy dandy. Let's just move this a little bit up. The handy dandy, and anything purple is gonna be included into this glitter. So we have this little one with this one, the larger hexagons. I think we've already added hearts from that long container, but I'm gonna do it again anyway. Love that. Is there anything else you want to add? This looks more pink. This is pink, but this one also looks more pink, so I don't know. I don't think I want to add that. Let me see if we've got other fine purple glitter, which I think I do. Okay, hold on. I think I have a whole lot more purple stuff than I thought. I have this, but there's gold in there, so I don't think I'm going to use this. I'm going to use this in its own set. Actually, this is quite cute. When I say I love purple, this is exactly what I mean. I have these, but I think we've already added something that looks like that in there. But a part of me just wants to add something more. Like, I think we did add like something that looks like that. No, I'm not going to add that. Let me just, be in control. And then this is similar to exactly what I just showed you. So I don't know if I want to add some of that. But I have these autumn leaves. I might add those. I think I might have to just add those. If I can just find my tweezers. I knew I had them just now. And then just add some of those. Maybe not too much. Okay, that is a little too much considering the amount of glitter that I have there already. And then I have hearts here. These are also one of the first things that I bought in my nail journey. So it was stacked away very far away, So that's why I remembered. I'm like, I think I have fine glitter, which is this. Like I said, this was one of the first things I got in my nail journey. And I haven't used much because I couldn't use glitter then. So I'm going to add a lot of that. Okay, I don't want the whole thing in there, but I want at least even the sides. This was filled to the brim, okay? When we started doing nails, they used to fill these jars. Now they sell you the smallest jar and they still don't fill it to the brim. Like, what are you selling me, the jar or the glitter at this point? That might be too much, but it's okay. Okay, I promise now I am done. I'm just gonna add acrylic, clear acrylic, and then I'm gonna mix it up. I don't know if this jar is big enough to have enough acrylic so that this is not just glitter, but let's just shake it up and let's see. Otherwise, I'm gonna have to switch up this container. Ooh, this is a lot of acrylic. It's crazy that I mix that much acrylic just for the pinky. It's crazy, but let me just swatch that. I think this one gets close to the pink one because of that fine glitter. I think it does. So let me just go ahead and do the pinky. Finally, this is actually a beautiful glitter acrylic. I think I might use it for a different set as well. Like, wow, why did I wait this long to mix a purple acrylic? This might just have a lot of glitter and not enough acrylic actually, like I anticipated. I think the tip needs more love. We've got glitter on the brush there. I do feel like the acrylic needs more acrylic. This is enough glitter, honestly, more than enough glitter, but I'll leave that for the next time I do my nails with this acrylic, and I think that is fine. Okay, now it's all the nails. Let me just get my natural nails prepped, put these on. Alright, so then looking at my nails, I am definitely going to be working on top of this gel. This is a top coat, but I am going to rough it up a little bit just so the acrylic can stick better. I'm not necessarily removing the whole nail or the whole top coat. I'm just roughing it up just so the acrylic can stick better. I do have builder gel underneath, and then this is like the glitter top coat. So I just want to see how that would go for me because I'm planning to do my nails a lot in the next few days. So this is just a protective layer in that regard. Alright, there I have the nails filed, and clearly my application was not even because you can see some patches on there, but I don't even want to use alcohol or anything on these. I'm just gonna add acrylic onto these as they are. I'm gonna use this cool pink cover acrylic from Bling Girl to put these nails on. Maybe I should start with the pinky nail since it is, I think, my favorite right now, and I'm gonna add that cool pink acrylic right there. I'm not gonna put a huge blob of acrylic there because I do want to add a little bit of that on top, so I'm just gonna use that. I'm not even adding primer onto my nails because I do have builder gel on my nails, which I did prep for underneath. So even if these pop off, then I'm okay with that. I'm just testing how long my nails would last with this arrangement of gels and all underneath my nails. Alright, so I have all the nails where I want them. I'm just gonna work on my cuticle areas, and I'm gonna start with the pinky just like I did. I am working with my non-dominant hand, so please be patient with me. I'm gonna try and make sure that I'm not too sloppy with this. Okay, I think it would have been easier if I actually worked and reduced the size of the cuticle area of the nail tip, because I think you can still see the nail tip right there. Yeah, I think that is exactly what I was supposed to do. Okay, so before I carry on with that, I'm just gonna leave that to dry and then I'm gonna file it down. But what I am gonna do, I'm just gonna pull out my e-file and then I'm just gonna work on my cuticle area just so that part is flushed down, so that when I add acrylic to it, I don't see the nail tip. Like I said, I am working with my non-dominant hand. So alright, so I went ahead and did that for all the nails. I'm just gonna wipe off the dust and then I'm gonna try that again. So let's see. Maybe I should use my thumb this time around and just wet my cuticle areas, and because I did file that down to mesh that up a little, and then I'm gonna try and build a little bit of an apex and also just mesh up that part with my cuticle area without the nail tip showing underneath. I'm gonna try my best. My non-dominant hand, and I think that looks much better, if I do say so myself. Just think I should just work on the ombre part so that it's not streaky. I don't know. I think that's the best I can do for now. And then I'm going to do the same thing on all the other nails. Okay, I'm going to try my best to make sure that I get this on camera because it keeps going off while I film. So let me hurry before it cuts me off. I hope it doesn't. So I'm using a clear acrylic to just encapsulate that so that I can just file the nail, because it's not quite easy to file color acrylic. It just chunks up. And also because when you do the Femi Beauty method, the nail tends to, curl upwards. So I'm just going to protect that by using the clear acrylic just on top to give the nail strength. I don't like this idea because it does cover the glitters, and that's why I actually like to do the Femi Beauty method so that we see the glitters properly, but just to protect the nail from curling upwards. And also the top coat, because I also realized that top coating these on the normal nail or the nail tip, the top coat tends to chip as time goes. So I'm hoping that this encapsulation does not hide too much of that glitter, because I really do not like encapsulating, because I just haven't found a method that works and that wouldn't cause clouding to my nail. I hope one day I get there, okay? Alright, so the messy background is back, and then I'm just gonna go ahead and shape these up in a way that will satisfy me, satisfy me with the work that I've done. And that's all. Basically, that's all. Well, maybe that's not all. Could put stickers, but I feel like then what's the point of the glitter? So I think maybe rhinestones or something. I'll see. Let me just file these, and while I file, I'll think about what I'm gonna do before I top coat these nails. Don't get me wrong, they're nice, but would want more, of course. And sometimes less is more, but well, there are times where more is more. Okay, a few moments later, I am done filing and buffing the nails. I have rhinestones here, which I thought would be a good idea if I used one on each nail just to finish up the nail set. And I think I want to match the color of the rhinestone with the nail itself. I think this one would be like cute if it had like a small one like this one. If we had a purple like this, I think this would be cute. This one is like a reflective white, but I think it would be cute if it was actually purple, because then it would fit my pinky really well. And for the thumb, if we had like something as big as this, then this would be nice. Like I should have looked at this. Like had I known I was gonna do this, then I should have looked at what I want to put on my nails and then match the colors with what I would put on my actual nail, because I don't have a red one this big. I mean, it would be like perfect for the thumb. Anyway, let me just pick out the ones I would want to use on my nails and just put them on, because this is like too small. Like this is just too small for the thumb. I think this, like I said, if we had a purple one like that, this would be like perfect. But let me just pick out the ones I want to use and then go ahead and do that on camera. Okay, so here I have ordered the ones, put them in the order of the nails that I'm going to put them on. I'm going to use this Wendy Beauty glue gel to put these on. Oopsie. And I'm just going to put a glob of that on my nail to ensure that this will fit on perfectly without sliding off the nail. I think I'm going to need to flash cure that so that it stops sliding. Okay, I had to remove that because it had already started sliding while it was on my nails. So I'm gonna do that again and just try and bring this here. I think I can just bring the nail lamp just close to me so that at least I have that there, and make sure that it is exactly where I want it to be, and just flash cure that. Okay, that took several tries. Anyway, This is why I don't do this on camera. I really don't like doing this on camera, doing gems and stuff. Not only do I find it hard to decide what gems I want, but I also find it hard to decide the placements of the gems. See, now this one is crooked as well. Yeah, no, I'm gonna remove that again. Oh my gosh. Okay. Then let's try that again. Is that fine? I think that is fine. Let's just try and make sure that I can flash skew that without it sliding. Skew. It does look a little skew. Yeah, it does. Oh my goodness. Let me just do this off camera, okay? Because wow, I'm so tired of doing that. At least it's easy to pop these off. But I'm tired, honestly. And it's actually worrisome that if I can pop these off so easily now, won't these pop off when I don't want them to? Interesting. Okay, these are all on, and because it did take me a few tries to put some of these on. I did touch them with my sticky hands, so I'm just gonna wipe them off before I go on with top coat. I did also go in and do a full cure on all the nails after everything, and then I'm gonna use this top coat from Bling Girl, and then I'm gonna top everything off. Oopsie, I'm just gonna put this on the mixing plate so all the top coat can just come to the top. It's like really thick, as you can see. I should start with my thumb so I can cure it on its own. Oh, I think the encapsulation did not take away from the bling or the glitter. I can actually see the glitter. I did try to keep the encapsulation really thin for this reason. I don't think it's necessary to top coat the underside of the nail. Right, so this is how the nails are looking. I did go on and put the second coat of top coat on those nails because the first coat was separating, and I think it's because I wiped the nails with alcohol. I'm gonna go in with this She Glam Blooming Nails cuticle oil onto my cuticles. I actually love these nails. I am quite surprised because I did start doing these nails a little later than I usually do my nails. So I did start them like in the evening, only because I didn't feel like reading and I didn't feel like watching anything. So I thought, let me just do my nails. So this was one of those that, you know, I didn't have to gather some strength to do. I just did it, you know. And I think maybe I should just start doing my nails with that type of energy, you know, because wow, these look good, if I do say so myself. I actually love these. I am in love with these nails. What do you guys think about this nail set? I enjoyed the process. I enjoy the final look, and I'm just hoping they stayed longer because I'm just a little worried about the builder gel that I have underneath my nails. It was meant to just protect my nails, and I'm just testing out how long the nails would last with the builder gel underneath my nails now that I've grown to know how to take care of my nails compared to the beginning of my nail journey. So now I'm like, oof, I hope they last. I really do hope they last. Anyway, if you've watched this far, I appreciate you for watching. Please leave a car emoji in the comment section to let me know that you're still watching. Please subscribe so that you do not miss any of my upcoming videos, and I hope you stay tuned for my next video. Thanks for watching once again. Bye.